Hey everybody, welcome back to SHOREVIEWKEN, coming to you from right here at the A Button Retro Game Bar in Akihabara. We got our beer, we got our video games, so we're in a great mood. Dennis, how we doing today?
For me, it was Tuesday.
For you, it was Tuesday, even though today is... What is today? I lost track. Maybe too many of these. Never mind. It doesn't matter what day it is, because it's Sunday on YouTube, which is when I'm actually thinking I'm going to release this. Who the hell knows? But Dennis is here. We got Shinichiro behind the bar, keeping the place classy. And today is an extra special edition of SHOREVIEWKEN because we are reviewing, I guess, my favorite version of my favorite 2D fighter of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Street Fighter 03 on the Sega Saturn. I don't really have to waste any more time. Let's get right to it.
Get going!
Ah, good old Street Fighter 03, or Street Fighter Alpha 3 as most people know it. Yes, indeed, my favorite 2D fighter of all time, which is saying a lot, because it's probably been my favorite genre of games ever since playing Street Fighter 2 for the first time when I was 6 years old. But what makes this game so special, and why is the Sega Saturn version in particular so good? Well, let's start with that, because for the longest time, the only console version of this game I'd ever played was the PlayStation version, which I will not knock here because that is an amazing port with great gameplay, loads of characters added over the original arcade version, very nice graphics and sound, and a wide variety of gameplay modes. So Capcom did a wonderful job of porting 03 to the PS1, but the Saturn version edges it out in a few areas, thanks primarily to the fact that this game, like so many other Capcom fighters on the Saturn, makes full use of the 4MB RAM expansion cart to really give the console a big power boost. This means that there are more frames of animation per character, slightly faster and smoother gameplay, and shorter load times. It's not a massive difference, not like with X-Men vs. Street Fighter, but it is still noticeable if you've played both versions. Also, this game does include all of the characters from the PS1 version, with Guile and Evil Ryu unlocked at the start of the game, and aside from the PlayStation exclusive Pocket Station features, all of the gameplay modes were carried over as well, and even improved upon in some cases. The Dramatic Battle mode, for example, now includes a reverse dramatic battle option that allows you to fight multiple opponents at once, and allows for any three characters to be featured on screen at the same time, instead of only allowing certain pairings like on the PS1. Another subtle difference is in the scoring of all things, where certain attacks have been altered to grant more points when connected, which doesn't really affect anything at all, except for in the World Tour mode, where it allows you to rack up points and level up your characters just a little bit faster. Any of these things by themselves wouldn't really matter all that much in the grand scheme of things, but when taken into account together, they definitely give the Sega Saturn port of 03 an edge over the PS1 version. Now, with all of that out of the way, the real reason that this is my favorite 2D fighter of all time, regardless of what version I'm playing, if I'm being completely honest, is because for me, it is the perfect Street Fighter game. The character roster is massive and features all of my series favorites, and as far as I'm concerned, the 0/Alpha incarnations of these characters are the best they've ever been, and with so many of them to choose from, there's a gameplay style here to suit every player. Add on top of that the 3 different isms to choose from that alter each character's abilities, special moves, and super combos, as well as multiple gameplay speed options to choose from, and a ton of gameplay modes. The variety in this one is through the roof, and at its core, 03 features some of the smoothest, most responsive, and most satisfying gameplay I've ever experienced from a 2D fighter. And when you're playing the almost arcade-perfect Saturn port on either an arcade stick, which is nice, or on the Saturn control pad, which is always great for fighting games, well, I've just never played a Street Fighter game, or any fighting game for that matter, that had so much to offer in terms of gameplay as this one right here. And as if that wasn't enough, Street Fighter 03 features some absolutely beautiful graphics with some of the best 2D sprite work ever featured in a video game, stage designs that are a joy to marvel at with all of their attention to detail, little hidden cameos here and there, and a great use of color. And I've said it before, but these are my absolute favorite character designs in the history of Street Fighter. Top it all off with an amazing soundtrack filled with memorable tunes that match each individual character and their stages to a T, and what you've got is, in my opinion, the perfect 2D fighter. And when the perfect 2D fighter is ported to the Sega Saturn, you just know you're in for a real treat. It's Street Fighter 03 on the mighty Sega Saturn, and it's a thing of beauty. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, Street Fighter 03 in all its glory for the Sega Saturn. I'm aware that this is a really expensive game, so I mean, if you can play it on the Saturn, go for it. If you can emulate it, if you can play it in MAME, if you can get the PlayStation version even. The PS1 version is the one I grew up with. Still a great version of Street Fighter 03. You can get it in the Street Fighter Alpha Collection, and I'm sure there are plenty of ways you can play it, but the main point I want to make here is Street Fighter 03, my personal favorite 2D fighter of all time. Great game, whether it's on the Saturn, the Dreamcast, it really doesn't matter what platform you're playing it on. Just play it somehow, anyhow. Dennis, Street Fighter 03, are you passionate about it?
Super passionate, although I like Kino.
Oh, okay, well, that's a discussion we'll have later. Stop trying to derail my show, Dennis. You run that camera and drink your beer and mind your P's and Q's, Buster. Anyway, Street Fighter 03, amazing game, but you already knew that. And thanks, everybody, for watching this edition of SHOREVIEWKEN, and we will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Goodbye. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more just like it, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to follow me on other social media, links are in the description to my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon, where you can receive things like Japanese snacks, manga, and video games in the mail every month. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.